Mike, we're on to the Liberty.
All right, we're cruising.
The
This
newest
thing's going
one.
good.
This is the newest one out.
Okay, let's take a look at this again. Here's our old door, our old Lopi door.
Look at that.
A 30% increase in our viewing area for the Liberty stove. Slimmer door castings, slimmer hinge pins, our secure lock door handle. You don't have to remember, do I turn it left or I turn it right, right? It's very easy, and it has that what? Positive snick that the homeowner knows that the door is securely closed. You can feel it, you can hear it. That snick approach gives the homeowner the benefit of knowing that their door is securely closed.
And that confidence that goes along with that too. The nice thing about this box is it, just like the Endeavor, it actually grew in height. So from a loading standpoint, it's really convenient. But the most exciting part of this stove, the one thing I like the most, is that its depth grew as well to match the Endeavor. And you can actually take a 20-inch piece of wood and actually put it straight inside the firebox and still close the door. Doesn't even come up against the glass. So you've got a real depth loading stove. So 24 inches wide, 20 inches deep right there, and it doesn't interfere with your glass at all or your air wash.
Kip, can I load this both ways? Can I load some of the wood one way and some of the wood the other way?
You can load it every way you want inside this firebox now.
Any way you want, right? I think this is an important note. If you can see this, I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera, 18-inch log drops all the way inside into the firebox. The 20-inch log will actually rest here on the front fender, but like Kip said earlier, the door still closes without that log touching the glass.
And what really makes a difference on these stoves on that loading standpoint is nobody cuts wood at 18 inches perfect. So those odd little pieces will still fit inside the door and not interfere with that glass or that air wash. So real big convenience for the homeowner and that end user.
Don't forget, some of these things that we've built into these stoves for over 40 years are still built into these new legacy stoves. Weld casing flue collar, unibody construction, all these things that have made these stoves so successful over the years, we're still using those same construction strategies in these new Lopi stoves. That's
correct. So same quality, better convenience for your customer. This stove grew to 3.5 cubic foot firebox.
3.65.
Oh, 3.65 cubic feet, and came in at just 2.5 grams per hour on the cordwood test. So the performance got better, the firebox got bigger, and the customer gets a better deal for a large stove than they've ever had offering from Travis Industries in the past.
We're gonna go over to some live burning here in a little bit, but then we're gonna talk more about the performance of the stoves. But the one thing that's evident in all of this is the 2020 standard made us really have to focus on how to beat and meet the standard. But the one thing we didn't do is provide a stove that doesn't perform, right? We met and beat the standard, but we provided a stove that is a high performance stove on low burn, medium burn, and high burn. POP is a big part of selling product, right? You want that customer to have that brand awareness, be excited about the Lopi brand. One thing we didn't talk about is that we used to label these stoves with their name, and now we're changing it to say Lopi. So the badging will say Lopi. We think that's more important. And one thing that we forgot to talk about on the Liberty is this comes with that live ash pan as well on the ball bearing. So we talked about it on the Endeavor, but also applicable on the big boy, the Liberty, as well.
Right, and that new air control is also over here that you saw on the Endeavor, as well as that Slimline Ash Pan as well. So all those improvements, all packaged up for 2020 and in production and ready to be shown on your showroom floors.
Today.